Thank you for picking up the sticks. This is episode 132 of the Six Gaming Podcast. I am not Mike Kernet. I am Mike State Carnia, and I am here with Art. I am not as clever as Mike
Yeah,
Rosewood.
it didn't even dawn on me to try to think of a nickname or anything.
No, I actually just thought of that as we were going through this. I
Yeah,
was like, all right, don't fuck up the intro. And I'm like, oh shit, I don't have a middle name.
it's fine. It's fine. We'll live. Yeah. So Mike's not here. Mike is off addressing the
Having
world's
fun.
natural disasters in the armpit of the United States.
That's right. Poor Mike.
Yeah, he'll live.
That's
I
right.
texted him. I said, "Hey, we're recording it tonight. If you're interested." And he's like, "Nah, I'm good." All right.
I'm sure he just wants to relax.
Yeah, it's like as we were going through the back and forth of trying to figure out when to do this, like I kept texting him up to him like, "Hey, I'm like, hey, we're recording tomorrow." Or I asked him yesterday. I think I'm like, when you coming back? And he's like, Tuesday or Wednesday at the latest. I'm like, yeah, you're not coming out on Wednesday if we do this Wednesday, so we're just gonna do it
Yeah.
now.
Yep.
That's
No,
fine.
for sure.
He can give us thoughts next time. They'll be
Yeah,
late, so it's like a late homework assignment. They hold no weight. It's 0 regardless.
that's right. That's right. But it's appreciated that it's turned in.
Hmm.
So Mike will be back for the next one. Hopefully, as long as he doesn't get stuck there like his last adventure. But I guess we'll just jump into things. Let's see, the PlayStation Showcase. That's our big thing we've got to talk about.
Yeah.
It was a big 40-minute show last week. So we will definitely dive into that later. But for now, we're going to dive into our usual. So we'll start with what you're playing. So I have also had personal things. I went through a whole move the last couple of weeks. So I did not play a ton. But the little bit I did play, I did finally jump into some Psychonauts 2. Not a ton, like I said, not a ton. I got through like the first area, and I'm like in the second area now of the game. So much fun,
Yeah.
so much fun.
I've heard nothing but positive reviews on that one. So
Yeah, the controls are great. The game itself is hilarious at times. But it's just so kooky, but it's like it works so well. It looks great. It's so much fun. I'm definitely looking forward. One of these days I'm just gonna sit down and it's gonna be one of those because I know it's not super long. So it's like one of those. It's like, okay, you know what? I got a free couple days here. I'm gonna just plow through this and just go through the entire thing. So, but yeah, I would say I've only probably put like 4-ish hours into it so far.
okay.
But then the other game I've been playing actually just came out this past Friday, and things have finally settled down from the move. So I actually put in like 9.5 hours, so making some good progress of Tales of Arise.
Oh, okay. How's
So
that?
oh man, dude, I am loving it. It is so good. I'm a big fan of the Tales of series. Honestly, they're kind of hit or miss for me though. Some of them I really enjoy. Some of them like I've started and I've played and I just couldn't get into them. It's just I don't know, just the way it is. Like I love Tales of Exilia on the PS3. The last one I tried playing was Tales of Zestiria on PS4, and I got into it for a little bit. Then I kind of dropped off and I never got back to it. And then I did pick up Tales of Berseria. I think it was Berseria. I think that's what it's called. That was the one that was also on PS4, but because it was like one of those PlayStation sales where it was like $5. I was like, I've never seen it this cheap. I'm like, I got to get it while it's $5.
Yeah.
So one of these days I'll jump into that. But I've heard good things about that one. But this one, I'm like, man, everything I saw about it, I was like, I got to get into this, and it looks fantastic. It looks like an actual anime. Like it's so smooth and crisp, and and I'm running it so smooth. Like I don't think it's ever really dropped below 60, even when things get kind of crazy,
Okay.
which is awesome,
Yeah.
which is absolutely amazing. I'm prioritizing graphics instead of frame rate, and it's
Yeah.
still just like insane. Because actually, so as a plus of moving, I've got I did upgrade to the LG C1 OLED
Oh, nice.
TV. So I do have the game optimizer on. I have my Xbox plugged into the AMD FreeSync HDMI port too. So it's cool because like then when you hit the settings menu, it actually shows you what the frame rate is currently and all that stuff.
Right.
And it's always like right at like 58, 59, like while I'm
Nice.
playing, anytime I've checked it. So which is really awesome. And God, this TV is it's so nice.
Yeah.
It's my first OLED, and it's amazing. Well, first big screen OLED, I should say. My Vita was OLED.
I
I'm waiting
don't
for my
that
OLED
doesn't quite
Switch.
count.
I'll say, and my OLED Switch coming next month.
I don't think
Um,
handhelds quite compare to a big
no,
screen.
it really doesn't. It's amazing how crisp it is. It looks so good. Um,
Have you had time to sit there and watch 4K movies in that thing?
I've a
Okay,
few. It's
good.
awesome because like it's nice that it's first. This is my first time with a Dolby Vision TV too,
Hmm.
because my Samsung only supported HDR10. So it's nice to have the Dolby Vision, and the soundbar I got also supports Atmos.
Oh, nice.
So I was watching actually we were watching some of the Pixar movies with the kid, and so like the if you've seen Monster University, there's a part where they knock over a canister and it flies all around the room.
Hmm.
Man, I turned up the volume. Man, it was all over our room. Like it was like,
Nice.
oh, this is so cool with the Atmos sound, and it looks super crisp. The colors just pop off. I was worried because like everyone says, oh, it's not very bright in the room I have it in. As of right now, we really don't have any blinds in it, so it's like so it's kind
Oh,
of gets kind of bright. So there is a little bit of a glare like during the
yeah.
day, but it's actually not terrible still. Um, but the brightness is not an issue whatsoever. Like I was like that was the one thing I was super worried about because everyone says, oh, it's not it doesn't get nearly as bright as like these other like the Samsung ones and blah blah. But I'm like, actually, this is great though. I don't even have the brightness all the way up at
I was gonna
all.
say when I had my OLED, I'm pretty sure I had to turn the brightness down
Yeah,
because I don't know who's saying they're not bright. The OLEDs are plenty bright.
yeah. No, so I love it. But yeah, especially and then like I said, but that Tales of Arise, oh my God, with the anime, especially with that anime style,
Yeah.
it just pops off that screen. It looks fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to keep diving into this one. But yeah, I'm definitely in that like I can't stop playing it mode. When any free time I have, that's what I've been playing.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. All right. So where do I start here on what I've been playing? Actually, I've been playing a couple things. So
All right.
not as much as Mike would have for this list, but a couple. Following up on something that we talked about previously, and me and Mike ranted about on end. Played more Madden 22. They released a patch that addressed a lot of the issues that me and Mike were complaining about.
Okay.
They still haven't released the franchise mode scouting patch, which I think is
Oh,
supposed to
wasn't
be
it
out
supposed?
sometime in September, and we're halfway through
Okay.
September, so
I
I'm waiting here. I've
was
kind of
gonna say no word, right? Either.
yeah, I don't think they've no like it's gonna be here in a couple weeks or anything. And
Of course not.
I've taken a step back from that. I think I a burned myself out playing, but B I did a fantasy draft mode on there, and I built a team that was too good, so it kind of got boring. Uh, I I only play when I play games in franchise. I just play offense, and my offense had
Oh, okay.
all the quick, speedy receivers I always take, and then I had Derrick Henry and Justin Herbert. So
Oh, Jesus.
I think the first year I did, I had 3,500 yards rushing with Derrick Henry, and I sat him out the last 3 games of the season. It was
That's awesome.
well, like his superstar or X Factor ability is I think stiff arms, and
Okay. Oh, that makes
he
sense.
has a stiff arm where like he just slaps the other guy's hands away, and he doesn't slow down at all. He just keeps going full speed. He like slaps him away, and he keeps going. I'm like, well, this really isn't fair, even if he's not the fastest guy in the game.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I played a bunch of that. I've kind of stopped playing that for now. I don't know if I played this before last time. I didn't talk about it, or if I played it shortly after we recorded last time. But I played some of 12 minutes.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's exactly what Mike said. It's a puzzle game. You're trying to figure out how to get through the scenario that only lasts a couple minutes, but you got everything that you come across in there is something. And I don't know. I got into the scenario. I killed the bad guy cop. I think I win at that point, but that wasn't the end of the game. So I don't know what they want me to do. I hit a point there where I was kind of stuck, and I haven't really gone back to it.
Okay.
I played uh, Control Ultimate Edition. I started that from scratch, and say the first day I played it like maybe for an hour or two. Then last Saturday, I played that game for about 8 hours straight.
Oh, wow.
I was up till 5 in the morning. It ruined my sleep all week. I'm pretty sure that's why I got no sleep Tuesday night or Wednesday night. I forget what it is now. I I think I'm just about at the end of the main campaign.
Okay.
But because it's the Ultimate Edition, it has all the DLC with it, and
Right.
it's not like a clean break in the game between the regular stuff and the DLC. So I actually stumbled into the Alan Wake DLC, which I really wanted to just
Oh,
finish the campaign first before
right.
deciding if I wanted to do that. Which I mean, I played it for 8 hours. I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
Yeah,
I stand by our vote for Game of the Year on that one.
that's
Um,
awesome.
but yeah, I think I'm just about at the last battle on that one, or last part of the game on that one. So yeah, still enjoy that game. If you have PlayStation Plus and you got the Ultimate Edition for free, why not?
Exactly. Yeah, I gotta dive back into that one of these days because that's like I was really enjoying that and like I have a feeling it's like one of those like you jumped in and then like all right I can't stop.
Well, it's like I probably could have stopped, but I had no reason to stop, and it wasn't feeling
Well, right.
like repetitive or boring or anything. And the story in there is it, if it pulls you in, it pulls you all the way in to try
Yeah,
to figure out what the hell is going on with all the, the Bureau of Control and you know, the altered events and everything. So yeah,
for sure.
that game for someone who's not into like sci-fi paranormal stuff, that one drags me in, and I don't quite know why, but it works.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
and then the last thing I was playing, I'll quote Happy Gilmore on this one. I was wrong. You guys were right. I'm dumb. You're smart.
Oh,
You're very good looking. I'm not. Aliens Fireteam Elite.
oh, okay.
It's a game. I mean, it's. I specifically went out and got this because the people I play games with online wanted me to get it.
Of course they
I
did.
have no interest in third-person shooters, aliens. So this is right up
Yeah,
my
yeah.
alley. Um, I am not the target audience for this, so I specifically went out and bought it physical so I can go trade it in.
There you
Uh,
go.
I played through the game. I played through I tried out a little bit of all the the 4 different classes that are in there. I think now with an update they put out, there's a 5th class, but I haven't gone back to it, which should
Okay.
tell you what I'm going to say the rest of the time here. Um, I mean, maybe if you're into aliens, it's really, the story's good for you, but I could care less about the story. The gameplay is nothing special.
Yeah,
It's one of those things like someone asked me like, "Oh, you hate it?" I'm like, "No, I don't hate it. I don't like it. It's a game. I feel nothing towards it."
gotcha.
Which I mean, I guess is as much of an indictment of the game as you could look for from my perspective. Like I said, if you're into third-person shooters or you're into aliens, it might be right up your alley. But I'm into neither of those things. So, as far as like the third-person, waves of enemies shooters, I'd rather go back and play more Outriders than play aliens again.
Gotcha.
So the next time I'm near a GameStop, that will be getting traded in for something. I hear people are like in Deathloop. Maybe I'll trade it in for that.
Hey, there you go.
On the bright
Well,
side,
at least
on the bright side, it was only $40.
I was just
So
gonna say, right, $40. I mean, well, and then you're traded. Well, if you trade in towards something, well, let's see. They might solve that if they solve that 30% going for Deathloop because they sometimes have that going on for like post launch, like for like a
the
week or
first
so.
weekend or something, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They if you get that extra 30%, hopefully you can get like 18,
Yeah,
19 bucks back for it.
yeah.
Then
I
it's
mean,
better than nothing.
if I got half my money back, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah,
It's not like I dropped $70 and I hate it. I mean, it was
right,
40. I bought
right.
it physical, knowing I'm probably not going to like this, so I can get some of my money back. I mean, if I'm out
Yep.
$20, then that's fine. I played
Yeah.
it. I played it for 8 hours or whatever with people I enjoy playing games with. So I guess it was worth the money I spent on it.
I was gonna say, what did Vegas think of it?
He's still playing it. However, he's super into aliens, and
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
he. I know he doesn't mind third person shooters.
Okay.
So he's still playing it, but I'm not sure he's playing it like I love this game, or if he's playing it just because there's still more stuff I can do in this game. I can beat it on a higher difficulty. I want
Got
to do
it.
that type thing because that's how I was talking with him last night. He's like, he's like, if we're going to beat this hardest difficulty, there's, they want to pull me back into it, which I'm not even that good at third person shooters. So that just tells me that, whatever they're getting out there with the random matchmaking isn't great as far as players.
Sure,
But
sure.
um, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a game. I feel nothing about it. I've played worse. I've played much better. It is what it is.
Gotcha.
I knew it was a probable loss going in, but uh, yeah. I mean, I drag I drag these guys into playing Rainbow Six so much that I can suck it up every now and then and play a game that I may not be pumped about, because they want to play it.
I was gonna say, considering, I was like, yeah, considering what you said, yeah, you're not a big Aliens fan, and then also the third person shooters are definitely not your, you don't really care for that like at all. Um, it actually doesn't sound terrible though, like from what you're like, because like I feel like you would still, because like what you're saying is like, okay, the complaints you're making, it's like, all right, but it's stuff like, because you don't like, you're not into this, but if you're into that stuff, it
Right,
seems like it would be at least somewhat decent, especially for $40.
right.
I'm sure people like it's got to be better than Colonial Marines. It has to be.
From the reviews I heard on that game, I think a lot of things have to be better than Colonial Marines.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's all I got for games I've been playing.
Cool. All right. So
What's coming out?
we got some stuff coming out here, which is a little worrisome for myself because I might not be playing as much Tales of Arise as I want coming up, but for other good reasons. So I actually totally forgot about this game that I pre-bought a long time ago. September 21st, Kenna, Bridge of Spirits is finally releasing for PS4, PS5, and PC. September 23rd, Diablo 2 Resurrected is coming out for PC, Switch, Xbox, PS4, PS5.
You like the Diablo games?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm all over it, man.
I say,
are
are you getting that? And if so, where are you getting it?
Xbox.
Okay.
And if you're part of the Xbox rewards, doing that stuff, there's a punch card, and then when you buy you activate the punch card because I haven't bought it yet because I actually am waiting for a gift card to come in. Activate the punch card, and then you get 4,000 bonus points for buying the game. So yeah, so if you're rewards, make sure you do take care of that if you've not pre-purchased Diablo 2 yet. But yeah, I played the beta for a little bit. It's Diablo 2.
Yeah, I know you like having your you're a big fan of having your games handheld when you can, so I wasn't sure if you're gonna get that on Switch.
Yeah, I can see myself when it's on sale down the line because it's also cross save across everything.
That's awesome, man.
So yeah, because you're just gonna basically you log into your battle.net account and then your saves there. So I could see down the line if it's eventually on sale, like for Switch, I'll grab it, but I want achievements.
It's fair.
Yep. September 23rd, that indie game Sable is finally coming out for PC and Xbox Series X.
Okay.
September 24th, Death Stranding Director's Cut for PlayStation 5.
They have jetpacks.
Oh yeah. I think Kurt all over that. I think he is going to rebuy it.
If they have jetpacks, doesn't that kill like a good chunk of like that game?
Yeah, kind of.
The whole thing with the game was like building ladders and roads and bridges, and if you had jetpacks, you don't need that shit.
No. Hey, that's why that'll be on my on sale radar.
Yeah.
So maybe I can actually get through the game now. Also on September 24th, another game that's gonna pull me away from everything. Lost Judgment coming out for PS4, PS5, and Xbox.
I know you're, in on that series regardless, but the reviews I've been seeing have not been great.
They've been okay. It seems like, from the reviews I saw, it seems like the story is nothing special. Like it's just like, it's not bad, but it's nothing special. But supposedly everything else you can do is incredible.
Okay.
Like all the mini games, all the extra stuff that they've added is incredible.
I would say it's one of those things where I like knowing you and the games you like. I know you're in on that series, and people can be giving it scores of 0.0, and you'd still be getting that game.
Pretty much. But yeah, no, I'm super pumped. I still think it's gonna be good. I mean, like I said, from the reviews I saw, I'm like, all right, I'm still excited for it.
Yeah.
It's still gonna be fun. And then finally on September 30th, Hot Wheels Unleashed for PC, Switch, PS4, PS5, and Xbox.
Okay.
I've actually been seeing a lot. Like, I don't know, like it's crazy. Like I've never seen this much like hype for like a licensed kind of racing or like any kind of like license game kind of like this.
Yeah.
And man, they've been releasing trailers left and right. I guess they're gonna be releasing like popular car packs. I think like there's supposed to be like the Ecto 1 supposed to be DLC and all this other stuff too. So it actually looks halfway decent for like a racing game.
Gotcha.
Your PlayStation Plus games for September, because it's been a while since we've recorded here.
The good
Um,
news is they won't release the list tomorrow.
yeah, yeah, right. Jesus, I know. Ah, bastards. Your first game here, Overcooked, All You Can Eat Edition for PlayStation 5. Hitman 2 for PlayStation 4. And Predator Hunting Grounds for PlayStation 4.
Personal opinion,
Uh,
Hitman's a good time. I know it's not for everyone, but I enjoy the Hitman games that have come out in the past few years.
yeah.
Predator, that's going up there with Bugsnax on my. I don't care if it's free. I'm not downloading this game list.
I claimed it. I didn't download it,
No,
but I
I'm
claimed
not
it.
even. I'm not even claiming it.
Nice, nice.
That's how
I'll
where
never play
that's
it.
where I hold that the studio that made that game after Friday the 13th.
Eh.
Well, I mean, plus look at it. It's going to be the same style game where there's,
Oh, yeah.
the only difference is this time instead of 8 campers running around just trying to escape, you have what 4 guys with guns,
Right,
and then
right.
one, mega bad guy controlled by someone. I mean,
Yep.
I think the ship sailed in those games a long time ago. But
No, I don't disagree.
Evolve had a banger of a first week, and then nobody ever heard from it ever again.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's one of those,
after my Friday the 13th experience, I'm done with any games that they make like that.
yeah, and that's what worries me about the Evil Dead game that's supposed to be coming out too. It's like kind of that same kind of feel to it.
Is it
But I don't think,
the asymmetric multiplayer?
yeah, but I don't think it's I don't think there's like one baddie though.
No.
I think that's the kind of the difference there. I don't think they have something like that necessarily. I'm not sure. I gotta look into it a little more, but also I know they delayed it. I think they delayed it because they're actually adding like not a true single player, but like a single player where you could play with like bots and stuff. Like if you
Okay.
wanted to play single player kind of thing, like
Yeah.
so you're not forced to always play with other people.
Yeah.
But it's something, but the vibe of it, it's like is that kind of game though.
Right.
So I don't know. We'll see. Your Xbox games with gold games from September 1st through September 30th. You can download Warhammer Chaos Bane, which actually I did download, and I didn't talk about it earlier because I was going to talk about it briefly here. I did load it up for like a couple hours. It's basically a Diablo style Warhammer game.
Oh, okay.
So if you're into the asymmetric action RPGs, and it's actually one that runs pretty decent. Because sometimes when they say Diablo clone, that doesn't necessarily mean it's exact. They try to put their spin on it, and it ends up being like garbage.
Mm-hmm.
This one, the little bit I played of it was pretty interesting. Then available from December 16th through October 15th, Mulaka. No idea. This has already been passed, but hopefully you did grab it. From September 1st to the 15th was the Zone of the Enders HD collection. So that was a hell of a grab if you get. Hopefully you grab that. And from September 16th through the 30th, Samurai Showdown 2. Those last two were 360 games.
Okay.
So, but yeah, and then oh shit, what happened? I had a Game Pass thing here. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it really quick. I had because there's quite a few things that were
Mike hacked you.
I know, right?
He's sabotaging now.
Jesus. Oh, that's very aggravating. Here we go. Here's what I was looking for. All right. So Game Pass stuff that was added. I Am Fish for cloud, console, and PC, September 16th. Skatebird, also on September 16th for cloud, console, and PC. I forgot. I did load that up again for 10 minutes. Oh, those controls are rough.
Oh.
My bird was flapping around all over the damn place. Superliminal on September 16th for cloud, console, and PC. I definitely want to check that one out. I remember Mike played that one. That's that one where like things are like you move the world around. So like you make like a tiny clock, almost like a big one, and then it like drops and you use that in the world. It's like that weird like puzzle kind of game where you line things up.
Sounds like a Mike game.
Yep. Origami 2 for console, PC, and cloud, September 17th. Sable, like we mentioned earlier, is also going to be on xCloud here. xCloud console and PC, September 23rd. Subnautica, Below Zero, Cloud console and PC, September 23rd. Lemnis Gate for console and PC on September 28th. Astrea Ascending for cloud console and PC is September 30th. It looks like an amazing JRPG, right up turn-based combat too, right up my alley. So even more crap to add to my list.
It's a good thing it's on Game Pass, otherwise you'd be wasting a lot of money here.
Oh Jesus, you're telling me. Hopefully that one will stay on there for a while too.
Yeah.
And then leaving at the end of the month, the only really notable game potentially is that Warhammer Vermintide 2 for cloud and console.
I'll say they also earlier this week they enabled the ability to stream your console to your PC.
Yes, they did.
Which is awesome because
huge. It's huge.
I've been setting up my my office at home to be like a place I can go hide from my wife and kid when need be. Not really hide, but when my kid's running roughshod over the basement where one TV is and my wife's watching TV on the other one.
Right.
It'd be nice to be able to, I can go up to my office and, stream a game.
Right.
I mean,
awesome.
all the Game Pass games you can, obviously a good number of them you can download to PC, but like,
yeah,
if I want to play Madden, okay, I have that physical, so, I haven't tried it out yet to see how the streaming is. I, tried it out as much as loading up the app and connecting to my console and going, cool, it works. And then turning it off and, getting back to what I was supposed to be doing at work that day.
Yeah, no, I've had good luck with using the for like xCloud, like using like the browser streaming for xCloud, and that's actually worked fairly well. I mean, it's really impressive when it does work.
Yeah, I want to say when I was playing 12 minutes, I was playing it on my PC, but initially I was trying to do the streaming, and then I'm like, oh, the game's not that big. I'll just download the game and play it here.
Yeah.
All right, that's it there. So
time for the news.
Not a lot here, but a couple things. We're on to our monthly list of game delays. So.
Oh, here we go.
Battlefield 2042 has been delayed to November 19th.
That's not so. I mean, that's not too bad.
Yeah, that is what it is. They pushed it like a month.
Yeah, not a big deal.
And Dying Light 2 has been delayed to February 2022.
Now it's coming out the same time as everything.
Well, it's funny because everything that's coming out in February was supposed to come out in like October, November.
Yeah.
So all the games that were crowded together have now all delayed to the same time period where they're now all crowded together again.
That's so. Oh my god! Like I can't imagine.
So like a bunch of games were already delayed, and Dying Light, came out and said they're delaying their game. Why wouldn't you look at the landscape out there and go like, all right, there's a lot coming out right here. We either need to go a month earlier or a month later.
See, and that's the thing. It's like, okay, you're delaying the game as it is, anyways.
Right.
Like you said, like. Why not just push it? Like, yeah, because I think like most of the stuff is February. Why not just push it to March? Who cares? Like,
right.
What's another month? You're actually still technically releasing it in the same quarter, so you're still gonna like if you're doing it for financial purposes, as long as it's before I think April 30th, it would be good.
I think companies. Yeah, there are
European.
They're a European company, so who knows what's going on with their fiscal year schedule. So.
Okay,
maybe they have a reason. I don't know. Without knowing those inner workings, I have to say, I'm always wondering. I'm like, why not look at this more strategically and pick a different date?
Right. Well, that was like what was that? Rise of the Tomb Raider came out the same day as like Fallout 4, and everyone's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
and they announced their date after Fallout. It was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. Yeah, one of those games that happened to it. And then didn't Titanfall 2 do like the same thing?
Titanfall 2 did the exact same thing as something else. Oh, what was it? There wasn't. Yeah, that came out the same day as something else, and it was like, it's so funny because then Titanfall 2, everyone found out how awesome it was like a year after it came out because no one bought it then.
Right. Yeah, you hear months and years later how great the single player campaign is in that game, and some people are just those words, they're never going to see those stories, or it's going to fall on deaf ears because they weren't there at launch and they've moved on with their life, and
Yep.
which I have a feeling we're not going to see Titanfall anymore as long as Apex Legends is a thing, which is
Oh, I agree.
unfortunate.
I agree 100%. It's unfortunate.
And my last news item here, so Horizon Forbidden West,
Oh,
they announced it was coming out. They gave a release date and everything. They said there was going to be a $10 cost upgrade from the PS4 to PS5 version.
yeah.
The internet flipped out because when they announced the PS5 and the launch games, Horizon Forbidden West was in there, and they said all upgrades will be free for these launch titles.
Yep.
So people claim that just because you pushed it, you advertise this as a launch title, the upgrade should be free. So Sony came to their senses, I guess, caved, however you want to put it, and they said, you're right. Going forward, all PS4 to PS5 upgrades will be a $10 charge.
Right.
Which, okay, I get why people are upset because Sony said one thing and did another thing, or tried to do another thing.
Right.
I get that part of it. I also don't see a big deal between charging $10 for an upgrade going forward, because they're still charging $60 for all their PS4 games. They're charging $70 for all the PS5 games. I think people should take that as a win to have that option upgrade, because the way I see it, the alternative is Sony clearly wants to go to the $70 price model. The other option is PS4 games are going to be $70.
Right. Yep.
Which I'm surprised they didn't do that with this and go, okay, the upgrade's free, but you're paying $70 for the PS4 version. Which I checked the PlayStation Store before we got on here, and the PS4 version is still $60 of Forbidden West. So I'm probably just going to buy that and upgrade when the day it comes out.
See, and that's the thing. When it comes, like, if you're doing digital, that makes sense. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, yeah, obviously buy the PS4. It kind of sucks for people that like want physical though, because it's like, okay, so you're saying it's a free upgrade like digitally, but there's still two different price tags.
Right.
Physical. The
Right.
PS4 is 60, the PS5 is 70. Like, to me, it's like, okay, I understand, like, you are, like you said, you're jumping to the, like, regardless if we agree with it, like, people agree with it or not. Sony's clearly, with their first party stuff, charging $70 for the PS5 version.
Right.
It is what it is. But in this case, since you guys were like, okay, you know what, you're right. We said it was going to be a free upgrade. We're not going to do this. I'm kind of shocked that they didn't lower the price of the PS5 version of Horizon just to be, because basically you're paying $10 more for the white banner instead of the blue one.
Yeah.
On a box.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you want any of the collector's editions, they're all PS5.
And the collector's editions do not come with physicals. They only come with the digital.
Don't they come with like a steel case and a digital code?
It comes with the steel book, but you get no discs.
That's so dumb.
So dumb. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I was like, wait a minute, you got to be kidding me. And also, too, it's like they're charging like $300 or something. Like, it's super crazy expensive for the big one.
Yeah, the highest end one is $259.99.
Yeah.
I think that one comes with a statue of one of the robot monsters and Aloy. I don't know what the difference is between that and the collector's edition, which is $200.
It's a smaller. It's a different statue, and it's smaller. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, either way, I'm still pumped for that game. If they told me there wasn't an upgrade, I personally wouldn't have had a problem paying $70 for the PS5 version. But since I can get the PS4 version for $10 less and get a free upgrade, I'm going to.
Why not? You might as well.
Right.
I mean, especially for you, like you buy your games digital, so yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Unless it's something I either see on a ridiculous sale that I can only get physical, or if it's something like Aliens, where I'm pretty sure I'm going to be trading this in.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Or like when I bought Madden, I bought that physical because annual games I'll buy physical because I usually don't keep those past the first year.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
But that's all I got for the news.
All right.
It's going to be the quickest episode ever.
It is going to be very quick. That's okay. Get some Tales of Arise to play.
Okay. Windbag Mike over here going to drag this thing out to 2 hours.
Yeah.
We're going to wrap this up in like 50 minutes.
Here we go. Bam, bam, bam. We got this. So Sony Sony's been very quiet while everyone else has been talking for the last few months, and then they were like, "Okay, you know what? Here you go. Here's a showcase. We're gonna have a 40-minute showcase, showing stuff off. We've been quiet. Let's talk about some stuff." So we kick things off in a big way, very quick, but still a big way. Knights of the Old Republic remake is coming to PS5, and after looking, it made it seem like it's exclusive to PS5, but it's a timed exclusive for PS5, but it's also will be coming out on PC. Looks like PC probably the same day as the PS5 version.
Yep.
From what it sounds like. It was just like a little CG trailer, but I'm curious to see how they're going to update the combat on that, because there's no way. Like I said, that was the thing that turned me. I love turn-based, but man, that turn-based was brutal. It was boring and so slow for me personally, and that always deterred me from playing it. So even if it's turn-based, but it's like obviously an upgraded turn-based or whatever, I'm curious to see. I would love to go through this game.
Yeah.
After that, we get I believe this was a brand new showcase, a game called Project Eve. It was kind of like a Japanese action adventure game. Kind of felt like a bit of a Bayonetta meets Nier kind of thing. It looked incredible. Like it's being made by some Korean developer. Everyone was freaking out because at one point in the trailer they did say Parasite and Eve within like a couple seconds of each other, and so everyone's like, "Oh my god, this is like a remake or bring a reboot of Parasite Eve," but it's called Project Eve. Project Eve. It's not Square Enix, so I doubt that it's Parasite Eve. Because I believe they still own the rights to that, but this game looked absolutely gorgeous. It looked insane. After that, I know Art was super pumped to see this one here. They showed off the first gameplay for Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
Yeah.
It is coming on March 25th, 2022, and the trailer featured Baby Metal.
I was gonna say that had to be right up your alley. Yeah.
Oh my god,
it's one of those where I was watching it and like halfway through I'm like, wait, is that Baby Metal? Oh well, stakes pumped.
Absolutely.
Which, I mean, that is kind of very fitting for the Tiny Tina character. But yeah, I mean, it's a Borderlands game, and if it's anything like the DLC from Borderlands 2, it's going to be painfully hard, but still enjoyable. So, yep, I'm already in on that one. They don't need to really show me anything else.
Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, Baby Metal aside, honestly, it looked crazy. It looks fun. I'm very hit or miss when it comes to Borderlands, because like the first Borderlands, when I got that Game of the Year edition when they re-released it on Xbox One, played the hell out of it, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Every time I've tried to play Borderlands 2, I don't know why. I can't get into it. I don't know if the intro is just like hard for the sake of being hard at the beginning, and I just gotta kind of like fight through it somehow, because I think that's what it is. It's just like I'm just constantly dying at the beginning of that game, constantly.
It is hard because when you're going in there with you have nothing. You have the basis level weapons, and it's the intros of those games. I feel one was hard, and now that I think about it, 2 was hard too, where you're so I mean the intro is hard, but as you get better guns and get your skill points, it definitely gets easier.
Yeah, so one of the I don't know, but this one, like I said, just from that trailer, seems like a freaking blast. After that, we got our first new trailer from the Square Enix exclusive Forspoken. So this was showed off at the very first PlayStation 5 game showcase. My God, I got it. It looks absolutely insanely incredible. Like the particles, the physics, everything just looked absolutely incredible. The main character, like it had like more of like a serious setting when they first showed it off. The main character is actually kind of goofy, which actually I don't mind. It's still like a serious setting, but she's like getting into it and stuff. But it's but yeah, I mean, from what they showed, it looks gorgeous. I'm very, very interested, and it's coming spring 2022. So that's actually coming earlier than I thought it would. I mean, there's a lot of things coming out in spring, so who knows? I could maybe see this getting delayed, maybe like to like summer if things get even more crazy in the spring.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks good. After that, we got a brand new trailer for Rainbow Six Extraction coming in January 2022. How you
Pass.
feeling about that, Art? Yeah,
Pass. I
yeah.
just I have no. There's so I don't in a short window here. There's a whole bunch of like zombie type themed games coming out. It's too much
Hmm.
and too short of a period of time here. And I'm in on Back for Blood.
Yep.
This isn't. I mean, the Rainbow Six, Siege gameplay that I love. This isn't that. It's
Hmm.
even the limited PVE modes they have in Siege. It's people go you go in and you do that for a warm up. Nobody actually plays that to, enjoy themselves.
Sure.
Um, yeah, I have no interest in this. There's too much of the same thing of a similar thing coming out in the same time period.
Yeah, I hear you. And also, Back for Blood seems to be the one that everyone wants, anyways.
Yeah.
So, after that, we got a trailer for Alan Wake remastered. It's coming October 5th. This will be the first time it'll be on a PlayStation console. It's also coming out for Xbox. But this will be the first time it'll be on a PlayStation console, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and I believe it's a kind of like I think it's a budget remaster too. I think it's only like $30.
Okay.
So from the sounds of it, it doesn't sound very remastered. Because that game had some like for the 360. Like I didn't care for the story. A lot of people love it, but I didn't care for the story. But it had some crazy lighting effects. Supposedly, like the lighting, like it's just like a bumped up resolution, and that's pretty much it for the most part. Like it sounds like they really like they could have done a lot more, and they didn't. Even from that trailer, it didn't look like that much better. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see what people say once it comes out. Uh, we got the game a new trailer for a game that came out 8 years ago.
Kill me. Just
Grand Theft Auto 5.
and they're getting so much shit for that, and I couldn't be happier.
Oh, 100% agree. And the fact that it's been delayed until March 2022
Right.
now.
I
It's supposed to
I
be, I think, November.
I love Grand Theft Auto. I
Yeah,
thoroughly enjoyed the single player experience in GTA 5. Unless it's free, you won't see me touch that.
yeah, I hear you.
And
This is Jeff.
even then I may have to go with a principled. I'm not even gonna claim this free game type thing.
Yeah,
Just to get my point across that I have no interest in you guys making this game again.
yeah. Seriously though, like it's ridiculous. This is too much. This is crazy. Like
Well,
this is
what they showed in the trailer didn't look that much, if at all, better than what's out there
nope,
now.
nope.
So, and it looked really good on the last generation of consoles, and even just playing that with whatever enhanced features you get by throwing it into your Series X or PS5.
Yep.
I don't see a need for this other than a quick cash grab for them.
Oh, 100%.
Which
And it's going to be
the
in the
past 8 years have
records
been a
again.
cash grab for them.
Right. The damn shark cards. After that, we got a brand new trailer for Ghostwire Tokyo. That game still looks batshit crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Still no date though. No, not even like they didn't even give us like a time like a general like spring or anything like that. It had nothing on it, which was kind of a little disappointing.
What's the Bethesda game with it? The stealth one. What the hell is that called? I think they stopped making them after the last one. God damn it.
Prey.
No, no, that's not it.
Dishonored.
Yeah, the is this being made by the same people?
No,
Because
these are the same people. These are the same people that did Evil Within.
okay, I was say like the first person perspective and stuff with it looks very similar from just the perspective to Dishonored.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't played Dishonored, so I can't speak to the gameplay at all. I mean, I think this is very different. thematically from Dishonored. But yeah, when I see that first person perspective and them running around, I'm like, this looks a lot like Dishonored.
Yeah, Arcane did Deathloop,
Okay.
and they're working on that vampire one that they revealed at the end of that last Microsoft, the E3 Microsoft.
Okay.
After that, we got a brand new story trailer for Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. Still coming out on October 26th. It went gold, so it is coming out on October 26th, which is awesome. And I don't know personally. I mean, people still are shitting on it. I think it looks great.
Are
I'm
they?
super pumped to play it.
I mean, I think I've mentioned this many times, but I'm not the hardcore, comic book fan, so I don't. Maybe it's those people who are shitting on it. I don't know who, but it looks good to me, so I'll be playing it.
Yeah, yeah. No, I don't know. People just saying like it looks just generic, boring. I don't know. Whatever. I don't trust them. I don't trust people on the internet anymore. Ever.
I just don't trust people.
Yeah.
You give me in a room full of dogs, I'm in my element.
That's right. Um, after that, we got another trailer for a game that's been very highly showcased lately, and God, I actually really hope it does well. Blood Hunt. This is from the Vampire the Masquerade series.
Mm-hmm.
This is that battle royale vampire game. It's coming to PS5 later this year. Yeah,
Oh
I know
God, third person
the
battle
battle.
royale, kill me now.
I know. I'm assuming it's gonna be free to play. If it is free to play, it's
My
Vampire the Masquerade series. I'll load it. I'll download it. Probably load it up for like a day, play a couple matches, and then never play it again. Um, but it does look great. I mean, I'm not a
yeah,
battle
no,
royale person,
it
but it looks great.
it looks good, but battle royale and third person. God, what is this, Fortnite?
I know. After that, we got our final trailer before release, even though it is out now, but release of Deathloop. So, and
Man,
that game is just getting insane reviews.
every time they put something out for this game, like they put something out, it draws me in, and I stare and I'm wondering, like, can I play this single player? Which from the reviews,
Right.
it sounds like you can play it single player and
Yeah.
have a decent time with it. But like every time they put something out for this, that the marketing team for it has just nailed it on this one for me. They suck me in every time.
Uh-huh. Oh, I hear you. After that, we got a really weird trailer for a game called Kid Ninja. This is Epic Games and the band Radiohead partnering up. No one really knows what it is. But it's coming to PS5 November 24th, November 2021. So if you're a fan of Radiohead, you might enjoy that. I, for one, am not.
Same.
After that, we got a pretty interesting trailer here for this game called I don't know if it's maybe the CT might be silent, so I'm gonna go with Chia. It was like a new
Chia, I don't know.
Chia, yeah. It was like an open world adventure game. Where you do a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Let's see what it says here. Like you use abilities to possess animals and use them to solve puzzles. You got like parachutes. Yeah, like it. I don't know. The visuals looked very interesting. It seemed like it could be an interesting game.
It's it could be interesting, but the main character looks too cutesy to me, and
Yeah,
that kind of turns me off right away.
sure.
Maybe don't get me wrong. There's a market for those games and a place for them. It's just I'm not their target audience.
Sure.
Maybe it'll come out and reviews will be great and that'll draw me in, but at a glance, not for me. I don't think.
Yeah, fair enough. After that, we've got Uncharted is returning as remastered,
Kinda.
remastered for the PlayStation 5 and releasing on PC in early 2022.
I think the bigger news here is the PC release.
Yes.
I like it's the what's being released is Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy remaster, I guess.
Hmm.
Those games both look great on PS4. I get like much like GTA 5. I don't understand the need for a remaster, so I think the PC release is the much bigger news here.
Hmm.
Also,
No,
did they
absolutely.
say anything about offering a upgrade path for people who already own these games?
Nope.
Of course not.
Nope. No, man, Sony needs that money. They want that money.
Get it from the PC people.
Man, Jim Ryan doesn't do that. Jim Ryan wants all the money.
Jim Ryan needs a good fucking foot in the mouth.
Ugh. I would love to see what Sean Layton would do with this generation. I
Yeah.
think it would be very more similar to Xbox's approach, honestly, if Sean Layton was still there.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's said in, the few public statements or appearances, whatever you want to call them, that he's made since this generation's come around, that his thoughts are more aligned with the Xbox approach than the PlayStation approach this time
Yeah,
around.
that makes sense.
Don't quote me on
Um,
that. But I think that's what I've
no,
gleaned from
yeah, no,
his comments and stuff.
mhm. No, I think I agree with you. Um, so after that, we started diving into the actual PlayStation studios. So we got a reveal from Insomniac Games, which I automatically assumed was Spider-Man 2, but I could not be more wrong. This was Marvel's Wolverine.
I mean, you could be more wrong, but
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I I I, I
Um,
I feel like that's where everyone's mind went as soon as they saw the Insomniac logo and the
and it
Marvel
was
logo.
red. I mean,
and
it was
and
red too.
but then it went into the scene, and you're like, this Peter Parker and Miles aren't going to be in this place.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Which I think what they showed was like a bar with a bunch of either dead or knocked out people.
Mm-hmm. And just a guy sitting at the bar with his drink,
Yeah.
and then the claws came out of his arms, and that was the end of the trailer. That's all it was.
Yep. I'm
So they're working on it. That's all
yeah.
we know.
Don't expect it anytime soon.
No.
Um, I'm excited for it just because of the Insomniac name behind it.
Right.
If it was anyone else making, I have no real big interest in Wolverine or anything like that. But if it was anyone else making, I probably wouldn't. It would have my attention, but I wouldn't be like, all right, let's get this. But seeing Insomniac's name on there, I mean, I think they've proven themselves to put out top quality games.
Yeah. No, for me all it needs to be it just needs to be in the similar vein as that X2 Wolverine's Revenge that came out on PS3 360. I don't know if you ever played that one.
No.
It was a mature rated
Okay.
Wolverine game, and it was awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, there's no way this game doesn't come out with an M rating. It's just a matter of how
Yeah.
far they're going to take it.
Right.
I mean,
No, yeah.
Wolverine's not tying people up in spider webs and leaving them hanging for the police to come find.
Right. So, yep, I'm excited to see more on that. I would assume 24 at the earliest, maybe 2025 even.
Eh, I could see it being a 2023 game just because I don't think they would have even mentioned if it was that far out. I feel
I
like
don't know. Let's pause that really quick, and we'll come right back to that in just a minute. And I'll tell you why. So after that, though, we did get a trailer for Gran Turismo 7. So supposedly it's still coming. Supposedly it's coming out March 4th, 2022. It's supposed to be still cross PS4 and PS5, but I think this one will be the first $10 upgrade, even though it was included in the
wasn't this
original
listed as
article as
as the
well.
launch
It was.
titles?
It was included with that article.
That was the first question I had when the news came out. They said, we're honoring it because we said, this was one of the launch titles we listed. And they pretty sure listed GT 7 as a launch title too, even
They did,
though
and
it'll have been delayed
yeah,
a year and a half past
right.
launch.
Well, I'll believe it when that game comes out. Let's put it that way.
That should just be the mantra for Gran Turismo games.
Yeah.
You'll believe it when it's in your hands, and then you won't believe it.
Oh goodness. And I'll be on. To be completely honest, like the trailer they showed off didn't look the best. I'm gonna be like the game. I mean, it looked good, but like compared to like Forza Horizon 5, like, whew.
Well, the other thing too is like I don't know if they announced it during this event or if it was after, but
It was after.
it's like the game's gonna run at certain specs, but the replays will be available in 4K. And
Yeah.
it's not like do people really go back and people will use that once to go back and see what it looks like, and then go back
Yep.
to playing the game because nobody wants to sit there and watch replays of their game.
No, no, that's so stupid. It makes no sense. Um, so after that though, we got Insomniac came back yet again, and this time they gave delivered what I was expecting, and that was the Spider-Man 2 trailer. Um, oh my God, and it's coming in, and now here now go back to the Wolverine
Yeah.
thing, and
As,
here's
as soon as you
this
said it,
game's
I'm
coming out
like,
in
I get
20.
it.
Yeah, this game's coming in 2023. So not even 22. They already confirmed 2023.
Right.
So that's why for me, the fact that they just showed like like that quick CG trailer for Wolverine,
Right.
24 at the earliest, potentially 25. But I think 20 I can see 24 because like it'd be I think it'd be smart to release like each year like kind of release like a Marvel game.
Yeah, or put something out because I mean, look what they've hell, they in a short period here they put Spider Miles Morales out and then
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank out
Yep.
within the span of what, like 8 months?
Pretty much. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
nuts.
So I guess it depends when Spider-Man comes out in 2023, but I can't see that being not a fall game. Like that's got to be a September October game. So if anything, maybe like maybe Wolverine could be like the summer game of 24 then.
Yeah. I
So
say the trailer has me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm in on it because, like I said, everything they've done with Spider-Man so far has been great, and you have to think
yeah.
their second full stab at it's going to be even better. But
Oh yeah.
I'm wondering, they showed a lot of scenes where Miles and Peter are there, fighting, and I'm wondering, is it like, are you going to be locked in control of one of them, or can you switch back and forth? Because they have different abilities too. So
Yeah.
I'm curious how they're going to work that in there.
Yeah, that'd be really cool if you're able to like just like switch back and forth or just flat out choose who like I'm sure there'll be some areas where you'll be forced to play as
Right.
either one, but then like if there's like a battle, it's like that when they're working together, it's like, all right, well, which one do you want to play as? Or a simple like kind of like almost like an Ultimate Alliance thing where you press a button and you're controlling the other guy now,
Right.
like or something like that.
And,
That would
and
be crazy.
that's what in my mind, I picture happening just because it's been done in so many other games that
Yeah,
it's not, the, the tech is out there. The way to make it happen is out there. So, um,
yeah.
yeah, but yeah, definitely
No, that'd be
keep my eyes
that'd
out
be
for that one.
awesome. Yeah,
Eyes and
and
ears.
Venom is obviously confirmed if you've seen the trailer because
Hmm.
Venom looked awesome. And then everyone's thinking the Russian voiceover is potentially Craven the Hunter, which if it is, that would be amazing. I love Craven. And then we got one more thing to wrap things up. That was our first look at God of War Ragnarok coming in 2022, and it looks like more God of War, prettier, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, it looked great. I think when I sat down and started playing Control, I think I come to the realization that like God of War and like the Kratos character just they do nothing for me to
Huh.
like to draw me in, just personal taste. Because when I sat there and started playing Control, I could have very easily started playing God of War that I've still not played.
Right?
Um, and it's yeah, like there's just nothing where I'm like, oh god, the only reason I even want to, I consider and want to play that game is just because of all the good things everyone else has said about it. Not that you know I necessarily want to play it for myself, but
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. But like I said, it looked great. And we'll see. I know
Yeah. No,
there's millions of people out there more excited about it than me.
well, I mean, it's exciting too to enter. Like, I mean, if you saw the trailer, it kind of gives away some of the stuff first game. But it's just, oh, the fact that like they're going in that direction. I'll keep it vague in terms of that. Is awesome, and
Mhm.
it's very exciting to see, and it's going to be really cool to get into. They kind of already Corey did confirm that like this basically ends that this saga of God of War though.
Yeah, didn't he
So it's
say
good.
he's like not involved with it though,
He is. No, he
or he's
still
not the
is.
writer?
Yeah, he's not the writer.
Okay.
Uh, actually, Alana Pierce is writing this one. I mean, I think there's a couple other people too, but she's. I know for sure she's one of the writers.
Hmm.
I know she's tweeted about it. Um, but no, I'm curious to see. Yeah, I'm curious to see story wise what they go with this. But he did basically confirm like this is kind of gonna be like the end of the Norse like saga of the so like this is like so after this, I'm sure the next God of War after this will be completely different. If there even is another God of War after this, who knows?
Right.
Because I mean, the way they changed so much and the success of the last one, like if they tried to do another one like they did like of how Kratos in God of War was before, I would have still bought it and enjoyed it, but it wouldn't have done well. Like that series would have been over like
Yeah.
already. So now so who knows what they'll do after this, if they'll do, continue it or not. But no, I'm excited to dive into it. Obviously that's gonna be a PS4, PS5. Uh, so that's
Is
the only
it?
thing too, is yeah, it's a duel. That just makes me worried. It's like I just hope it doesn't hold things back, especially for that game, because that game I feel like they could really take it to the next level. But I mean, but look at Horizon. I mean, at least from the videos they've showed off, the PS5 version just looks insane. And I'm assuming the PS4 version cannot even be close to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I see the article here. It says that it will be on PS4 and PS5. Um, yeah, well, and that's one of the other things. Like through this conference, you saw them showing more games that will be PS5 only.
Hmm.
I think Spider-Man 2 they said it'll be PS5 only.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
I mean, obviously, if that is, I assume things coming after that, like Wolverine, will be PS5 only.
Yeah.
Uh,
Absolutely.
which I mean, that's good. They need to, them and Xbox both need to start moving in that direction. I understand that they're having problems getting their hardware out there, but
Right.
if
No, I think
one of
we're
them's
at that point.
one of them's gonna jump first and have the game that is better than the other ones because you know they took full advantage of the next gen
Yep.
consoles, which I mean Ratchet and Clank kind of already did that, but
Yep.
I don't think Ratchet and Clank is something on the scale of Spider-Man.
Right. Right. No, I 100% agree with you. And we're in that. That makes sense. That we're in that spot now to like start moving forward. So I mean, like Horizon was clearly Horizon's been worked on forever. Gran Turismo 7, God of War. I mean, all these games have been they started these games like right after they finished the old, pretty much not right after, but pretty much right after, pretty close to right after when they finished the other games. So they've been in development for quite a while. So I mean, that's why it's not a huge surprise, and it is what it is. But yeah, Spider-Man 2. I mean Miles Morales. That was the perfect like segue. But Spider-Man 2, yeah, that's like the perfect way to start. All right, here I'm sure that's gonna be like that's probably is gonna be Insomniac's first like true PS5 outside of Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, yeah. Knights of the Old Republic is going to be PS5 only.
Okay, okay.
Well, PS5 and PC, but as far as consoles, PS5.
Well, right. Yep.
So yeah, I mean, there was a bunch of things they showed off in the showcase that were advertised as only PS5. So it makes me glad to see they're moving in that direction. Um,
Yeah. No, it's good. It's about the right time for that.
which I say that coming from a place of I have a PS5, so of course it's great news to me.
Yeah, I'm good.
People who are out there getting alerts and still don't have a console are probably pretty pissed to see games starting to go that way.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. But that's why I mean, at least like for these first, because you gotta think by 2022, man, that this sort of situation's gonna be settled, or
Yeah,
at least in better shape than it is now.
right.
You know, where like things aren't at least selling because it seems like the scalpers have gone down quite a bit. It's not like they're not near making nearly as much. It's almost like they're losing money doing it.
Yeah, I mean, if they're hitting a point where they're not selling for as much as they used to, then that's gonna once it's no longer profitable, that'll discourage the scalpers.
Yep.
And
And I have a feeling after this holiday season, we're gonna hit that point.
yeah, and yeah, it'll no longer be profitable when you can walk into a store and see one on a shelf.
Hmm. So, but yeah, but that was all of, that was PlayStation's showcase. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah,
I thought it was overall really well done.
I thought it was pretty strong one. I feel like I expect more from their showcases just because they don't do them as often as everyone else.
Yeah.
So I expect them to have both barrels loaded when one of those showcases come up.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I think they it was a solid showcase.
Yeah.
I don't think
No, I agree.
nobody expected that Wolverine teaser.
No. Oh my God.
I mean, I think everyone was expecting Spider-Man 2 at some point. Don't know if they were expecting to see anything, here.
And they showed quite a bit too.
Yeah.
Honestly, for being 2023, they showed quite a bit of it, which was awesome.
I mean, you got to figure a good amount of the mechanics are got to be the same as the previous two
Right.
games. So,
Right.
they have that there, but fleshing out how they're going to get, two superheroes on the same screen working, for players, and what they're going to do with the story, and
Right.
whatever tech they need to build for Venom and whatever other bad guys show up in the game. I mean,
Yep.
I'm sure they have plenty to work on, but they already have the the foundation there from the previous two.
Yeah. No, absolutely. But yeah, but no, I was glad we got a solid showing here. There's a couple games absent that are starting to make me, worry a little more about those games. But
Like
what? Well, the usual Final Fantasy 16.
Honestly,
actually, to be honest though, so Tokyo Game Show's coming.
You should be more.
I think
you should be more worried about them showing off the Pixel remakes.
Oh Jesus Christ! Don't get me started on this.
Console.
Well, hey, my Steam Deck. If those aren't on consoles, by the time my Steam Deck comes in December, I'll be buying those.
Yeah, they can get those Steam achievements.
That's right. I'll get my Steam achievements and handheld.
Everyone loves their Steam achievements.
Yeah. But honestly, for me, like the Final Fantasy 16, it's just kind of crazy that it's gone not totally surprising, but it is also because the way they were talking before was seeming to sound like there was a lot further in development than it might have been. But Tokyo Game Show, I believe, is coming up soon in the next couple of weeks. If it's absent from there as well, that game minimum 2023 then, if that's the case, because there's no way they would not show anything and still release next year, in my opinion.
Yeah, Tokyo Game Show's at the end of the month.
Oh wow.
September 30th to October 3rd.
Oh wow.
I mean, obviously, people who are into Final Fantasy like yourself are looking for the next big mainline entry from them, but they have so much Final Fantasy stuff coming out in the pipeline that I don't feel they need to rush that game. Looking at it from a overhead business perspective, the Final Fantasy franchise is going to be making them plenty of money. They can take their time with that and make sure they get it right while they're still raking in money on these other games.
Yep. No, I don't disagree. I mean, yeah, because that Dark Souls type game, that's supposed to be out early next year, I believe.
I mean, there's that. There's 7 Remake 2. You have to think eventually those Pixel remasters are coming to consoles.
Right.
I mean, that alone right there will make them a solid chunk of money. They still have Final Fantasy 14 online going.
Oh yeah, and Walker's coming out in November, so that means that's going to boost. They always say that they're Final Fantasy 14. They always have a good following, and I fall into this trap too. They release a new expansion, everyone comes back to it.
Right.
That's always when I come back.
I mean,
it's always when they release a new expansion.
I feel like that's how most of the MMOs go at this point.
Yeah.
Any of them that have been out there and established for a while, it's like people
Mm-hmm.
play them, then something new comes out, people jump back in, play the new thing for a while, they go on with their lives. I mean, that's just the way of the MMO world.
Yeah. Yeah, so with that coming out in end of November, that's going to be another boost there, and it's going to be another long lobby waits on that game again.
That's all we got for this week, right? This episode.
That's it.
We're
that wasn't too bad.
An hour and 8 minutes.
Woo! Look at that.
I think we've had shorter, but that was still pretty good.
That was it. Considering we had stuff to talk about, that was actually pretty good. Yeah, usually I think a couple of our other shorter ones were we have nothing to talk about.
We got nothing. We're just here to get out of the house.
Yeah, exactly. So, but no, it was good. Yeah, good show. Mike should be back for the next one.
Maybe.
We think maybe.
He hasn't been exiled by then.
No, like I said, if he doesn't get stuck in the armpit. But thank you guys so much for joining us, and catch us next time, guys.
Bye.